Morning, YouTube. Rotor disassembly. I don't think there's any easier way than doing it by hand like this. You can't cut these. Sure, you could put the grinder to the one end and cut them all off, and it'd be little half pieces, but this one has hardly any varnish on it. That's why it's not so bad when you can see through them like that. It is copper, otherwise I wouldn't bother. I'd like to see the machine that does this, you know, that winds these up. I don't know if it's just one strand that goes all around and hooks to these things and then they get flipped over, or how that works. But you gotta watch how you do it. Make sure you get the one that's on top, not the one that's underneath. I've just been cutting them like that. You might have the wrong ones here. There'll be somebody on top yet. Yeah, I got it on the bearing so I can actually turn the rotor and see what I'm doing. To find who's ever on top, you know. Oh, yeah, let go. So, first official day of spring actually starts this afternoon, but spring finally made it here. Whew, some good news out of all this crap. You know, the birds are outside singing like crazy. Robins are singing like crazy at 4 a.m. already. But, geez, happy to be alive, I guess. And they're the last ones to go to bed at night. I guess they don't need much rest. I don't know if you can hear the birds in my background, but blue jays are happy too. So the stores are kind of getting back to normal around here. Limits are on. People are getting pissed. That's about it. But, well, sometimes people are always pissed. You know, my wife surprised me yesterday. She come home with a box of beer for me. The box of beer probably lasts a while. I'm a simple guy. I don't require much. Maybe a little extra silicone was holding that one, or varnish, whatever you want to call it. There's a little in there, but not so bad that you have to cook it. You know? So you've all seen now that I got my dumpster again. And somebody asking me why the King is having so much trouble. I do not know why. Other than the scrap yards he deals with are just being a pain in the rear end. See how it's polite. Doesn't make sense. They dealt with them in 4 or 5 bins, and then all of a sudden they don't want to deal with them. You don't get it. His scrap's just as good a scrap as anybody else's, right? Well, I don't know. I had somebody else asking me, can anybody get a bin? As well, that depends on your scrap yard, I guess. You're going to call them up and find out. If you live in town, you might not be able to because the city won't want to see a dumpster sitting in your driveway unless it's a renovation project. They don't live in the city, so the King didn't have it in town either. You see the problems he has where he lives. Holy moly, why would you even want to live there? You know? Stupid rules like that. He's trying to run what business he's got. Like he's got that nice big garage off to the side of his house. And to my understanding, it sits empty. You know? He could be bringing stuff in there to strip apart. Come on. What are we hooked on here? Let me see what we're hooked on. There's a clip. There's these wires actually attached to. It's been kind of nice coming in here every day. Nice and warm in the garage. I load it before I go to bed at night, which is around 10ish. And I have it all closed right down. I turn the fan off too. I don't need it running all night because if the stove goes completely out, I don't need a fan blowing cold air around the garage. I shut it off. I get here at 6 in the morning to reload it. And well, the thermometer over here on the workbench still reads 55 Fahrenheit, so that's about 12 Celsius for you people that don't know Fahrenheit. So, and that's without the fan going, and it's right down to just coals. Now, if it was in the house, I would have checked it around 3. See if it needed more. Probably would have been warmer if I left the fan running, but no. I was impressed. I called that morning for the dumpster. He's, oh, probably won't be able to get it to you till tomorrow. That's fine. And just whenever you can. Well, and then he showed up just after lunch. Okay, I had to scramble and get my boy's car moved because he was going to block it in. I guess gas is getting pretty cheap nobody's buying gas because nobody's going anywhere. And I think it was down in Kentucky or somewhere where it was like 50 cents a gallon. Don't think it would go bad in a month's time sitting in the holding tanks underneath the ground. The sun's not getting at it. You know? I don't know what it is here. Like, I haven't been off the property since a week ago, so. Let's talk about self-isolation, huh? There. That is the copper. Other than this here, the nose we'll just chip off with the hammer. It'll be a little stubborn at the beginning. And there it goes, shooting across the garage floor. See? It is copper. So the brush is right on. You'll see that don't help. I don't know where they're going. Okay. Just took two off at a time. We got a little plastic on them. I'll bust that off. That's fine. That is no problem. We can do it. Okay. It's rolling too much. Come on. Get her locked in better so she doesn't keep rolling on me. I'm thinking you can see that, huh? I'll be chipping right here. Oh, the whole thing's turning now. Okay. So I had my doctor call me last night, one where I had all that stuff zapped on my face and my arms. Did you catch it? It went over there. I don't know what the term is, but he called them cancers. And he dealt with them all. I have another appointment for 2 on my eyelid with an eye specialist. Have it removed. There. Got it clean. Everything's off. Anything you want. The rest is just steel. And no, it's not heavy steel, unless maybe the center shaft is considered, but these are all platelets too. As you can see, they open up. So, your choice to do rotors. They aren't 100% simple, but they can still yield you some nice copper. Where'd you go? There you are. I'll clean them up better than that, of course. It's going to take a little bit. See, you want them clean like that. Here, show you better in my hand. See, it's the back side that holds to the plastic, and this top part here gets bent, and that's what holds the wire onto the rotor. It's all number 2 copper, just like this. Nice little whack. Adds up. It's all money, right? It doesn't take much to clean them. Clean. Some of them came off clean, so. Come on. It is messy. You get all this stuff everywhere. But hey, that's what you own a shop vac for, right? Pretty sure everybody owns a shop vac. There's some kind of sucking apparatus. Cleaning up dirt. I have 2 appliances outside yet that need to be cleaned up so they can go in the bin. He said call me when the bin needs to be picked up, and well, I told him that it should be ready for Monday. So I don't even know what we're getting paid for shred. All I know is I want it gone. Because it's bent. Yeah, you can put it in with your copper wire, or you can put it in with your copper pipe, but it's still considered number 2 copper. Or just give it to them separate and tell them what it is. And I know a lot of people probably don't even do anything with it, you know? There we go. Got no weight to it too. Oops, not you. This is dirt. I just throw it in with my number 2 copper piping. I have some. Not a whole lot. I do have a little bit. And that's about it. So there. See? Wasn't too shabbily. These on the other hand are a little trickier. Especially if they got a pile of varnish on them. I tried to get under. Yeah, they're so thick with varnish. You have to use a hammer to get under them so I can actually snip them. Or you can put the grinder to them. These actually have an extra patch. See that right in the middle? Normally it's boom boom on the outside and in the inside, but not that middle part. It's just a little bit. Don't know why they did that. But yeah, that's going to be fun to rip apart. I might just cook them in the stove to get rid of the varnish off them. So a little update on that. A little update, 20 minutes long. Stove's going. It's going on 11:15. It's a gloomy day. Well, not super gloomy, but you know what I mean. No sunshine today. It's very overcast. Calling for rain this afternoon into the evening. Supposed to get warm tonight. Going to be almost 60 by tomorrow morning, and then it's going to drop like a rock. So that's what I have been doing. More shred buckets. I got so many buckets to shred. Be nice to get them all back. Americana Juice Company. Colorful. I like it. Hey, I get my free buckets wherever I can, right? You gotta do it. You see buckets, pick them up. They're not too skanky. I got these the one time too. I got like 6 of these. They say 21 liters, but that's to a certain point. I know darn well you can fill them up higher. They're all juice. So they came out nice and clean like that. So they work. I just put holes in the bottom of them. I do them right there, just above the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, you know. See how thick the bottom is? You can see the difference in color. Or, because doing it right in the bottom doesn't always work. I find that works. So I put 3 holes. See? All around the bottom. I do that with all my pills. That one I don't think I did it with yet. The generally and best tool to use. Where are you? Right here. Phillips screwdriver. Used to do it with a flathead, but if you notice on all screwdrivers, the flathead is thicker than the shaft and it doesn't want to come back out. Phillips. Come on, you're focusing on it. Phillips is straight and narrow. You pop it in, wiggle it around, and it pops right back out again. Very simple. Just tap it. Generally one hit with the hammer. That way your buckets. My garbage cans too have holes in them. Sometimes they sit outside, so I don't need them filling up with rain and ice. The garbage guy gets pissed if he can't lift them, and then he doesn't empty them. And if the rain don't drain out of them either, right, and freezes, it's one block of garbage. There's a few extra pails sitting there, and I got piles of them, as you can see. They're all here yet. There's like about 12 pails back there. They have to be emptied. I got a whole bunch filled like that with shred. They're going to get emptied right in the bin, so. And then they fill up with copper. See, you can't have enough pills, especially 5 gallon. And if you can't lift 5 gallon, I got a whole bunch of 3 gallon ones. They're in the trailer outside, my trailer shed. So, okay, I gotta go see what's outside I can play with, and if there's anything exciting, I'll light her back up. Like, subscribe, and share or not. Have a nice day.